Hi, welcome everyone. It's me, Jessica, your health fitness program manager from McLean, and we're about to get started for today's HIIT workout. So make sure you have some space for yourself. We have a number of standing moves, and then we will get a little bit lower until we're eventually on the floor. But for now, getting started with just a march. I hope you can see the top of my head. Looks like I might be a little cut off. We're close. You can just march or you can start to move forwards and backwards. I encourage you to swing your arms a little bit. Hi, welcome, good morning, happy Monday. Congratulations for getting up and deciding you're going to make some time and do a little bit of movement for yourself. However much or little that you get through of today's workout, whether you need to take some extra breaks where you're able to stick with it for the whole interval. We're doing Tabata style workouts. So you have 8 rounds of the same move, 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. If you can bring your march into a jog and start to get a little bit more intense, then let's do it. As you're jogging, make sure you're not just on the balls of the feet. So find that heel coming down towards the floor, rolling down, and still your arms are moving. A little engagement through your core too. So start to draw your low belly in and make sure you're still breathing. Let's let our breath be number one throughout today's exercises. And our first move is also a bit of a warm-up move. So 20 more seconds of just jogging, getting away from our desk, from responsibilities, starting to let your mind relax as your body starts to relax. Okay, plant your feet, bend your knees, inhale your arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, relax your arms down by your side. Let's do 2 more big breaths. Bend your knees, inhale, arms up. Exhale, relax your arms down by your side. One more time. Bend your knees, inhale, arms up. Keep your arms up overhead. Relax your right hand down. Find a big reach over to the right side. Try not to turn towards the floor. So squeeze your shoulder blades together. Keep your chest open. Try to even stack your shoulders. And then inhale, right arm back up. Exhale, left arm comes down, or reach your left hand down towards the floor as you reach your right arm up and over. So again, trying not to turn down towards the floor or rotate all the way out. Bicep can even be right by your ears. You push through your hips and inhale, lift up. Look up with your eyes. Find a stretch in your chin. Bring some weight to your heels. Squeeze your glutes, hips forward. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale. Inhale, arms up, chin neutral to your chest. Stretch up from your waist, find a big lift, and exhale. Arms come down by your side. That's our warm up. Okay, round one, we're going for a jumping jack. Now, you know, I do not do jumping jacks here in my apartment because I'm a polite lady and because my neighbor downstairs hates me. Although, okay, so you can get as intense of a jumping jack as you want because it's 20 seconds of work and you got 10 seconds of rest. I want you to bring your arms all the way up overhead and your hands all the way back down. Find a full range of motion and any kind of step in side to side or jump in that you want to make happen in 3, 2, here we go. So make sure you're still breathing. Your intensity is as much as you want. Maybe you just got one leg stepping out and in, but your arms are definitely going all the way up overhead. We're really warming up the shoulders and your belly is pulled in nice and tight. Take a break. You can still move a little bit in your break. Get ready to come right back into those same jumping jacks. Wait a minute. Jessica, someone set the timer wrong. What did I do? I don't know. All right, we got 20 seconds of work. Oh no, we got 20 seconds of work followed by 20 seconds of rest. And you know what? We're just going to go for it for round one. We're just going to let it happen. So you get a little extra break. You're welcome. My mistake can be your joy. But fear not. I'm going to fix the timer. Take a break. 20 seconds of rest. Whoa. We got 2 more times through of those jumping jacks for a total of a little more than a minute of jacks in 3, 2, 1. Back to your jacks. Okay. So next time I'm going to encourage you to just get a little lateral side to side step tap when you get your break. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm doing a lateral side to side step tap, and you can either take a single step or a double when we get to our next beat, which is in 3, 2, 1. So just find a little stepping out, stepping in. We got one more time through of our jacks. Just giggling. It's that kind of day. It's a Monday. Hey, 3, 2, 1. Back to your jacks. Great. So again, your core is engaged. You're pulling in from the lower belly and pulling up. There's still plenty of space to breathe because I'm doing it and I'm still talking and I'm still moving. But if you need to take it a little bit slower, you can actually jump without being terrified. Let's get back to our lateral side to side step tap. The last time through, and then I'm going to fix the timer for round 2. Coming up next, we're going to go for some overhead presses with some marches. So still shoulders are going to be working, but adding some weights for a little bit of strength. Okay, stop your feet. Shake it out. If you want to grab some water, grab some water. Hopefully you're feeling a lot more warmed up right now. I will also join you in drinking some water. Lead by a good example of actually taking that quick sip. Just a quick sip though, wetting your palate. Real hydration should be happening before and after class. Okay, so the timer is set properly now. 20 seconds of work, 8 seconds of rest. Our next move, we're going to go for an overhead press. So arms drive up overhead while your knee bends. Now there's 2 different ways that you can bend your knee. I know, who would have thought? It's a little easier to bend your knee and to keep your heel underneath of your glute. It's a little harder to bend your knee and march and really drive your leg forward. Do you see how I'm also keeping my like a 90-degree wider than 90? Because I'm bringing my foot up so that my heel is at least under my knee, maybe even a little bit forward, but with control. So my toe is flexed up towards the face for extra engagement. And if you're not ready for that extra engagement, your toe can be pointed down towards the floor. I just want you to think about these kind of things. So the easiest version here is you're going to march. You're going to continue to find an overhead press for each time your legs drive up. Both arms drive up, but maybe you're taking it easy with those narrow marches, heels under your glutes, or challenging yourself to the more ab engaging march with your knee coming forward. Okay, in 3, 2, 1. Begin. So we got that press. Every time arms go up, give me an exhale. Whether your knees are coming forward with your toe flexed up towards your face, or whether you have your heel coming a little bit more up just towards your glute. Take a break. Okay. As your weights press up overhead, if you notice that your upper body is arching a lot, your weights are a little bit too heavy, begin again. So maybe you just use one weight. Maybe you're just holding one weight to press up overhead because you can hold that weight between both of your hands. So there's something here for everyone. In fact, you can do absolutely no weight, especially if balance is a real challenge for you. It is not all or nothing. Take a break. It's what can you do today with the body that you have today to influence how you're going to be, feel, and see yourself tomorrow. Begin again. And if your weights are really heavy, I'm using a pretty light weight so I can get a little bit more cardio here with this press. If your weights are heavy, you might be going for a much slower push because you're being smart for your body. Or maybe you started off, take a break really fast, but as we're getting here to the halfway point, you're starting to feel more tired and you need to slow down. Do what's right for you. Here we go. You can always take extra breaks or make any adjustment that you need. Shoulders are down away from your ears. So each time arms press up, I'm not letting my shoulders creep all the way up. My chest is staying lifted and the back is engaged. Take a break. 3, 2, 1. Begin again. I promise we're going to let the shoulders relax with move number 3. Nope, I lied. But we are with move number 4. We're still going to get a little upper body in move number 3. We're going to start to focus more towards the total body and legs, which is how we're going to finish things up. Legs and abs. Break. 1 minute of these left to go. How you feeling? 3, 2, 1. Begin. There's so much abdominal work that's happening while you're finding this big knee drive here. More than halfway through this 6th interval, 5th interval, 5th interval. Take a break. I like to keep moving just a little bit during these breaks. Here we go. Round 7. I was right. It was 6. For 3, 2, 1. Take your break. We got one more through. I'm sure those shoulders are feeling pretty tired. We're going to use them one more time in our next round on the floor. Begin. We're going to find a nice stretch for that also. Halfway. Yay. Go ahead, put your weights down. Our next move is a burpee. So good news, bad news. The next move is a burpee. You can make your burpee as intense or as easy as you want. Maybe you go for a big jump at the top. Before you bend your knees, fingers come down towards the floor. And as I turn my heat off, you can jump or step back into a plank. You can jump or step forward. Maybe you just reach up towards the sky. Maybe you press all the way up onto the balls of your feet and just work to create a little bit more strength and stability in your ankles. Let's do what's right for you. I'm going to go for that press up onto the balls of my feet because I definitely could use some strengthening of one of my ankles. And I'm going to step back because I'm being smart for my body today, but you're doing what's best for yours. Let's start in 3, 2, 1. Awesome. If you need a break, maybe you focus big time on this inhale, arms up overhead. If you hinge forward, belly in, otherwise belly still smart to pull in as you bend your knees, and then step or jump back into your plank. Make sure you shift your shoulders forward under your hands, palms, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Oh, I didn't even make it back to my feet. Great. Stand yourself up. Spend a little bit more time in that plank, and that's an option too. Let's go again. Inhale, arms up. Belly in, hands down to the floor. Step or jump back, shift shoulders forward. Step or jump forward, inhale. Stand on up and keep on going at your own pace with your own breath. Just make sure each time you come into a position, you take a moment to really get as much out of that as you can. Take a break. Meaning that when you come down to your plank, make it a plank. Don't just hang out in down dog. Get ready and begin. Inhale. Maybe you jumped, hands to the floor, step or jump back. That down, your hips come down, but don't sag. So your glutes are engaged, your inner thighs spiral towards each other while you're in that plank so that you can be in a good supported plank. Which foot is stepping back? Take a break. If you're stepping or jumping back, take note this time and let's switch it up the following round. Ready? Inhale up. Find your hinge to the floor, step or jump back. Remember which foot is leading, so we can do the opposite foot next time through. And don't go so fast like I know I was, that you're missing out, especially if you are moving slow on your good plank form. Take a break. All right. You'll let my opposite leg lead 4 more times through. 3, 2, 1. take a break. Take a break. We're just doing the best that we can with the space that we have, with the bodies that we have. Round 5, 6. This is round 6. Keep checking in. Are your shoulders trying to creep up? Take a break towards your ears. I know mine like to try to, especially when I feel stressed. It's a lot of work to keep them down and engaged and that belly tight. Let's start again. Almost done. Yeah, we got one more round, I think. One more round. Taking this break right now. A little bit of breath. We'll grab a quick sip of water after this. Go for it. Last 20 seconds of your burpee. Yes. Grab a quick sip of water. I got one more lower body move. We're going to get inner and outer thighs before we get to lay down on the floor. We're doing it. How you feeling? I think this feels so good. I will honestly admit I was not feeling good today. It's a Monday. The weekend catches up with you. But so much pride in just getting up and getting started. Okay, you can hold a weight for this next one. I'm going to go for round 1. No weight. Open your feet nice and wide. We're going to come into a side lunge. From here, you're going to bend your opposite leg, pass through a squat. As you come into the squat, though, I want you to try and let's actually tuck your pelvis under. So your toes are going to need to be turned out a teeny bit more than they might normally be in a side lunge, but your knees still going to go in the same direction as your big and second toe. We pass through the squat in the center with the pelvis tucked under, not just glutes behind you, and then to the opposite side. So you're intentionally letting your glutes drop. Your foot can even rotate a little bit as you come into this squat and then side lunge. Let me show you real fast from the side what I'm talking about. All right, so I take a teeny little turn of my feet out, more than I would for a traditional squat. I come into a side lunge, which makes me want to straighten my extended leg. And then I bring my heels in, come into the squat, and then straighten the opposite leg. Glute strip, and then into your squat. So just trying to stay low, moving as smoothly from one to the other. Let's get started in 3, 2, 1, begin. Oh, it doesn't have to be. All right, so from that lunge into your squat, into your lunge. So I have a moment in the squat and then have a moment in the lunge. You can turn your heels in and then straighten your foot, turn your heels in, straighten your extended leg foot. Take a rest. If you're still feeling real confused, just go for a side lunge, stand yourself up, go for a side lunge, stand yourself up. Begin. I'm going to stick with just that side lunge because for me, right now, the side lunge with my foot straight is a lot of challenge in my sad little ankle. So I'm modifying. The other stretch that we were doing with feet turned out, take a break, is actually easier for me and more comfortable, but I'm not going to go with just the easy thing. What about you? Let's come back into it. Begin. Was the hardest thing not this lunge side to side for you, but was the hardest thing trying to have your knees externally rotate and come into just this squat? Because if so, we'll let the next round focus on just that. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. Take a break. It's what can you do today? So if you're getting just the squat, toes turn out, heels turn in, pelvis tucked under like you're bumping out a volleyball. Knees are going to go out wide. Maybe you don't even go down very low and you lift yourself up. Imagine like you're a pancake, you're flat. So if your glutes start to go behind you, you're not really working the same inner thigh muscle group. So just go a little bit slower. Feet are really wide. Take a break. So much wider than hips width distance apart. I'm going to stick with going through just this wide sumo squat with you again if you need the practice. Otherwise, keep going. Here we go. Begin. So lowering yourself down with the pelvis tucked under, glutes are squeezed, pelvis tucked the whole way up. So I still have that drive forward to the hips as those knees extend out and squeeze through the heels and the glutes pull back up. So there's still engagement the whole time, that press forward. Take a break. Coming back to the lunges. Coming back into it. I didn't forget about you if you were lunging. 3, 2, 1. We got 40 seconds of work left to go. So maybe you can try from this lunge to stay low, bring those hips under and come back into the lunge. Hips do need to go back a little for that side lunge. We're just working on really getting so much engagement differently throughout the whole lower half. And take a break. And we get to lay down after this. Last standing challenging posture. Not the last challenging posture, just last standing one. Here we go. Last time through. What can you bring to your workout? Oh yeah, and you could have been holding a weight the whole time, just in case you didn't think about it, or if you're gonna come back to this on another day because you're like, wow, that was a really good challenge for me. I should work on that a little bit more. Woo! Okay, yay! We're gonna bring a weight and we're gonna get down on the mats for our last move of the day. The last 4 minutes of work. Wait a minute, I lied. We have one more of these. One more. Did you realize we only did 7? That timer was still going. Sorry to get you so excited. Keeping you honest though. Timers. Okay, now we made it through. All right. So grab your weight. Let's get to the floor. Jessica. Ah. Okay. Lower yourself down. Lay your back flat on your mat. Weight to the side for a moment. Bring your hands to your knees and gently roll side to side, shoulder to shoulder. Your chin should be neutral to your chest. Like you could take a gentle tuck of a volleyball, of a grapefruit. If you could tuck a volleyball under your throat, more power to you, my friend. Okay, and then relax here. Take a couple circles just with your knees in one direction and just with your knees in the opposite direction, and then send your legs up to the sky. You can have as generous of a bend in your knees as you want to. We're going to keep those legs up towards the sky here, and we're going to bring our weight back into the party. So simplest version of this next one is you're just going to exhale and reach up, low back stays on the floor, shoulders come off of the mat, and then inhale, lower yourself down. As you reach up, you do not have to look at your toes because I don't want you to lead with your chin. I want you to hold that grapefruit against your chest. So you're going to look towards your knees or your thighs and then lower down. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Bam, we're in it to win it. Last round of moves. So low back stays on the floor. Your exhale lifts you up. You can even stay here for the full length of your exhale and inhale, lower back down. And I think exhale on your way up. The longer that you stay up here for that exhale, the more effective that this is going to be. Take a break versus getting a lot of really fast crunches where your abs don't really engage. You get a little bit more time. Legs back up towards the ceiling to engage if you use that exhale. So exhale up, inhale slowly down, exhale up. Take a break. It's not so bad. It's not so bad. You want a little something, something extra? We're going to pass the weight between our legs. So legs back up towards the ceiling, arms back up. Exhale, pass around the leg. Inhale down, exhale, pass around the leg. Inhale down. This can also be a great way to practice staying up a little bit longer because you get the distraction of passing the weight between your legs. And you also are taking a little bit of a twist. So you're starting to gently take a break. Get your obliques into the party. Let's do it again. Whichever of those things you want to do. Legs up to the ceiling, low back down on the floor. Exhale up and inhale down. Great. Remember that chin is towards your chest. So you might be stretching your ocular nerves, looking up towards your toes with your eyes, but you're not looking up. Take a break with your chin. Chin stays neutral to your chest. And C curve of your spine as your shoulders come up off the floor. Legs up. Let's do it again. You remember, you don't have to have this weight in your hand. You don't have to go for the pass between your legs. And if you really don't even like your legs straight, take a break. You can bend your knees and just be in tabletop right here. Your knees can even be really close to your chest, just working, getting a nice little stretch. Exhale up and inhale right back down, even if it's just your fingers. That set has started. We're close to the end, y'all. Ooh, I think we got 2 more to go after this, but you know I can't read this timer. Oh, I'm feeling this. Starting to feel this with these slow breaths. Take a break, take a break. Send your legs back up towards the ceiling. Exhale and begin. Check in on your chin. I know mine was starting to jut up towards the ceiling. Take a break. We got 1 more. In 3, 2, 1. Do it. Yeah. Release the soles of the feet down to the floor. Put your weight over to the side. Open your arms to the side and allow your knees to windshield wipe gently left and right feet. Maybe open wide as mats width distance apart so you can get a little stretch on your exterior hips as your inner thigh and knee drop down towards the floor. Let's take a moment and hold in the spine twist. So as your knees drop to whichever side, once again, create some stillness. You can keep your legs nice and wide right here. I like to take the outside leg, the one that's pointing towards the other, and stretch the knee down away from me. So a little pressure to the inner arch of the foot on the floor, a little stretch of the knee towards the bottom of the mat, bigger stretch towards the outside of the right hip. That's the one I have turning in towards the left leg right now. On your next inhale, slowly send your knees back up towards the ceiling. Take that windshield wipe left and right, and then allow knees to fall to the opposite side. Whole new side of the body. So you might be able to get a deeper stretch on this side, and you might not be able to go as deep as you did on the opposite. I once again am finding a press of the outside leg, the one that's making the arrow pointing towards my other leg. I'm pushing the edge of my foot, of my big toe side towards the floor, and then a little squeeze of the glutes to stretch my knee down towards the bottom of the mat. You can take a stretch of your chest here as well, either arms up overhead or arms in a goalpost. And on your next inhale, send your knees back up towards the ceiling and windshield wipe your legs once again. Pull knees all the way up towards your chest and make those circles with your low back onto the floor. And then change directions of the circles with your low back. On your exhale, release the feet down to your mat, maybe one at a time, and let's roll on over into tabletop. As you get to tabletop, hands palms underneath of your chest and shoulders. Spread your fingers out really nice and wide like a starfish. Give yourself a nice slow cat. Stretch into your shoulders. We definitely work those shoulders a bit. And a nice slow cow. One more time, slow cat. Slow cow. And then glutes back towards your heels. Your hands can stretch as far forward as you want for an extra stretch into your shoulders. Or maybe what your shoulders want or need is your fingers towards the back of the mat, back of the hands on the floor so that the tips of the shoulders work their way towards the mat, a little opening of your backside. Pardon me as I cough. Awesome. And that is all the time that we have for today. So you can stay down here in your child's pose for a little bit longer, creating more of a stretch into your shoulders, into your low back, some big breaths into your backside. Or whenever you're ready, take your time and carefully make your way back to your feet. You can enjoy a big stretch in your hamstrings on the way once your hips are up towards the ceiling as you pedal through your heels. As you get up, do so slowly. Give yourself a chance to shake your head yes and shake your head no. And be determined to come back to your mat, to yourself, to your breath, and some movement as quickly as possible. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I can't wait to see you again soon.